Good morning, family. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, so this is like my third video today. If you see me in this shirt, I just come up with ideas and, you know, I just make the videos, man. I enjoy this. I really do. And I really, man, this video is definitely gonna mean something to me because it's like, bro, really, if you think about it, what is history? What is his story? You see how that sounds the same? His story, history, his story, history. Like, and it's just crazy since we've been in school, we've been learning about his story. What is our story though? Think about that. What is our story? Why are we learning about his story? Why can't we learn about our story? See, so look, I don't think a lot of you understand exactly what I'm saying, but it sound different, huh? So what I mean is, why have we been learning so much about a different race's history? Why can't we go to school and learn about different background groups with different segments? Why do we have to learn about Columbus, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln? We gotta learn about all this stuff, but when we were in school, a lot of our schools, we picked up on that slavery topic, maybe for like a week or so, right? We know how it gets all sensitive and weird. Then we move on, we go right back to whose story? His story. We don't talk about the Spanish and Flu War and all that. We don't talk about different ethnic groups. We don't talk about Vietnam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different groups and shit like that. We touch on a certain topic, but it's always about his story. What about our story? And it's like for so long, somebody told you this is what happened. And we just ran with it. We just ran with it because it's like a lot of us just didn't have that capability of really just going home and researching this shit to believe it or not. That's why some teachers did tell you, go do the research on, when you get home. But I was like, okay, but what do? We don't even do it. We go home, you know what I'm saying? We take a nap, we go outside, we got practice. We talking to a little boo things. We doing homework, watching TV, doing whatever, right? But we're not sitting there focused because we don't care. But it's just like, okay, they sat here and tell us Columbus discovered this shit or whatever, right? Okay, but it's the fact that we were here first. We was here first. We really the landlords. Christopher Columbus did not discover this motherfucker because people been here. People, different ethnic groups been on this land when Pangea was here. Come on now, like niggas been in America, whatever you want to call it. He was not the first one. You see how that, as soon as the shit splits, people started migrating different places, different areas, and this and that. So it's just crazy how people just like, oh yeah, he discovered it. And like, bro, no. And then they tell us that George Washington was the first president. Really look up who the first president was. I don't even know Buddy's name, so I forgot that. But I know when I taught that, I looked that up, and I was like, oh well, damn. And of course, they're not going to tell you that, but look up who the first president was. Do the research, look within yourself, and figure this out. And it's just like, even timelines. We don't even talk about timelines too much. We're in 2022, but the world. So think about that. Somebody literally planned an agenda and started with year one. But the Earth been here for billions of some years ago, right? Do we not talk about the Big Bang, this and that? So we people know about the Big Bang, right or wrong. We know about the Big Bang, but we sit here and don't think how long ago that was. And so you mean to tell me for different lifetimes, you are from a lineage, you are from a certain lineage. You come from somebody, we all come from Adam and Eve. But don't forget who Adam and Eve was. They don't even want to tell you who Adam and Eve, like, bro, this shit be so crazy, bro. Back, look, Big Bang, the Earth been here. Adam and Eve been here, right or wrong. History, if you're going to teach me something about history, let's talk about, why are we talking about history in this era? Why can't we talk about history years before this? Before this, we talk, okay, so now when we got the Renaissance era, you got the medieval Stone Age, Ice Age, you got caveman time, all that, but we barely talk about that. And then that's the crazy part. And so we sat here and just ran with that shit. We ran with that shit. Oh yeah, and also little Timmy, little Jimmy, little Susie, little Martha, Goldilocks, whoever, say, you guys believe in Santa. Hey, newsflash, buddy, Santa doesn't exist. He does not live in the North Pole. He's not fat and jolly. He doesn't have little elves and shit, my boy. know what I'm saying? The North Pole is definitely entryways into the inner earth, which is where another sun is. It's not called the core, it's not called the mantle, none of that bullshit. It is the sun, the inner sun. This is where other beings like us are taller and they're more ginormous. The animals are more ginormous. The plants, the trees are huge. Why? Because they take in what is really theirs. They have their own sun, their own ecosystem, their own environment. They are light years ahead of us. It's exactly why you cannot go into certain parts into Antarctica. Did they ever tell us that in school? They did not. Try to fly over Antarctica, see what happens. Excuse me, land the plane right now. Man, they gonna shut that shit down. Boom, goodbye, you gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, really think about that, bro. You can't even go there. So what are we learning about? We ain't learning about our ancestors. We always learning about somebody else. We're learning about somebody else's story. We are not here to live through somebody, right or wrong. Look, think about that. We are not here to live through somebody else. We are here to be us. God made us, right or wrong. He made you and me, you and I. We are here to live our lives. We're here to make our story come true. Why are we learning about somebody else's history? Okay, and impacted us in this way. But if it's not the truth, why am I learning about it? You're telling me it's the blind leading the blind, bro. You blind as fuck and you trying to make me blind, thinking this shit is true, and it's not. It's not, it's a cover-up. It's all on the agenda, whether it's good or bad. Either way, it's something. We don't even talk about the pyramids. Who in the fuck built them big ass blocks and put them one by one? Think about how long the pyramids in Egypt, and also there are other pyramids around the world. Think about who made them shits. What human who had the artillery and the machinery back in those times to make them pyramids? Think about how long them pyramids been there. Think about how big them blocks are, one by one by one by one. How? And if you think it's boring, it's like, it's cool. You're not really meant to know history. You're just going to keep learning about, NPC history and shit like that. But over here on the winning team, to help us become better people, we're going to learn about some real history, my nigga. I'm going to teach you the gospel. Who made them blocks? How? One by one. Really think about that shit, bro. One by one. And it's just like, it's been there for so long, we don't even talk about that. Come on, bro. It's just crazy. It's phenomenal. Like, even the CIA, even conspiracy theories, they sit there and they say, whatever you may think, you're questioning something, but they're just gonna put a title behind it. So whenever people hear this word, conspiracy theories, they automatically have that thing in their head. Oh, you believe this, man? That's not what that is, man. There's no this and that. Not knowing why, like, come on, bro. Do your own research. Look why the CIA created the conspiracy theory term. Look into why they did that. Look into why all this shit happens. Know your past lives. Think about that. Like I said again, we sit here and we live and we think in 2022 as a timeline. A lot of you wake up every day thinking time exists. Your brain is programmed to sit here and think that, man, I gotta be up at this time. I need to go to work. I gotta make sure, so I pay the bills. I gotta make sure I make the boss happy. What the fuck? The fuck? That's what they teach you? They don't even teach us, like, bro, they don't teach us how to be our own boss in school. They just tell you to go and do something. Go do some homework. Here's this test. Boom. You graduate. Bada boom, bada bing. Now you're thrown out into the real world. They don't tell you about student debt. They don't tell you about how to taxes, how to pay bills. They don't tell you about how to, bro. Come on, man. They don't tell you how to eat right. They don't tell you about none of this shit. Shit's crazy. This shit's sick, man. It's sick. Like, and people won't bat an eye. And all this shit comes from what happened with day one. Let's go to the beginning too. Before 2022, not year 1, not year 10. Now think about that. There was a year 1, a year 100, a year 1000 before 2022. Really just sit there and think about that. Anyways, think about the beginning of the time when God is saying, right? God created heavens and the earth. Y'all know that, etc., man. So now let's get into where him and Satan had it. You feel me? It's like God was there. God knew. But mind you, God sees into the future. God knows everything. But this is how we come to fruition now. So boom, God making everything. Of course, now Satan sees how powerful God is. And Satan is sitting there telling them, like, he's telling them what his plans are. Like, he's really trying to overthrow. He's trying to overthrow heaven. So what's that? And that's in what? His story, right? That's in his story. So therefore, now Satan gets casted down. Now Satan go crazy, start doing whatever the fuck, because he mad. His pride and ego got into the way of him being in heaven with the other angels. Mind you, Satan said he's not going to be alone. He's going to take the other angels with him too. Think about that. He talked angels out of heaven. So you think he can't talk you into being into heaven with God? Come on now. Keep it a stack. Where did God send him? God sent him here. This is exactly why this is his home. This is still God's home. This is, you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? But like, bro, they don't tell you that God is a man and a woman. And nobody tell you that though. Your pastor don't even tell you that. So we're learning somebody else's history. Why does God gotta be a man? Why can't God be a woman? Why can't God be both? There's men and women in the world, right or wrong. Come on, bro. It's just crazy. And then we sit there and we don't question shit. We're just so tired. We're so accustomed to just thinking whatever we're told is true, and it's not. It's not. Do your own research. And it's like as soon as saying he came down here, that's exactly when he shapeshifted and turned into what? Now boom, he's talking to Adam and Eve. Wow, our first parents, human form. Or were they our first parents? Come on now, we really been here. Like people don't, man, what? This shit was originally Venus. Like we were not, like, and first of all, our Earth is called, her name is Gaia. They don't tell you that in chemistry, they don't tell you that in science. Nobody gives a fuck, right? Your mother's name is Gaia. This is planet Earth, Mother Nature. Planet Kai. Nobody don't tell you that though. That's why I can go on, even the sun, the moon. How is it? How? Okay, if they told us the sun is outside of in space, right? How is it still dark? How is it still dark? How is it? They say with space. They say we've been in space. How? How have we been in space? Somebody told you that. What if niggas never even went to space? Somebody told you they went to space. How? Like, come on, bro. Come on now. It's like really all this shit I'm telling you, look within yourself and really figure out what the fuck what's going on. TV. Somebody told you like you need to watch TV, you need to play video games all day. This and that. No, you don't. That's your programming. Nobody tells you to go eat some fruit. Nobody tells you to wake up and go work out. Nobody tells you on how to get money. Nobody tells you how to be wealthy in life. People just tell you, you know what I'm saying, for fuck's sake. They just tell you matrix ass shit. It doesn't even matter. They don't even tell you what's on the moon, what's really on the moon. Why's different? Why's a lot of movies that they'll literally tell you in plain sight what's going on? Think about our ancestors. They call aliens. Oh, they put a name on. Like, come on, bro. Think about what I said. 2022. People have been here. People have been here, bro. People have been here numerous times. Like, think about that. You mean to tell them? Come on now. They call aliens. And those are our ancestors. People who have been passed a long time ago. Went to the highest frequency. They're able to sit there and come about. Why do you think they keep talking about UFOs and they just, what's in the ocean? Come on now. We haven't even been to the bottom of the ocean. Like come on, bro. All we learn is just telephone. That's all life is, just telephone about what somebody else said, what somebody else went through about somebody else. Doesn't matter. All these presidents done had slaves. There's still people in slavery. Slavery did not end. Slavery still goes on. Really think about why we were captured as people. This is not our home. Really understand that. They don't tell you what's beyond the Antarctica walls, do they? They only tell you that these continents exist. Why do you think they have so many animes? Why didn't they got so many animes? These animes tell you this shit. Come on, man. They tell you this shit. The animes tell you this. All these shows tell you. You just don't pay attention because you don't care. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's fun. But I know that this video's going to touch somebody because they know. They want to learn. So it's like, boom, I'm going to tell you. I ain't going to sit here and lead you astray. That's why I'm going to lead you to the water. But I cannot make you drink, my brothers and sisters. I can't. I really can't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to, you know what I'm saying, read a Bible. I ain't going to tell you to go to church, none of that, because all this stuff I didn't go to church or read a Bible for. Come on now. I ain't sitting here and have somebody talk to me for hours about all this stuff because that's not what happened. I learned this within myself. Literally went and researched and did so much stuff to learn about this. Like, you can do the same thing because once you know about knowledge, you're able to go out and actually achieve shit because you know what's real and what's fake. You know what's real and what's fake. So now you live life to please you. A lot of y'all can't do that because you don't know shit. You don't know shit. That's why you're so miserable. Come on now. You're supposed to be your own boss. You're supposed to be your own boss. I really think about that. This is your life. Nobody else's. They really call our ancestors aliens. Come on now. They've been here. They had the highest frequency. All they're doing is just watching us and seeing how we develop as human beings. We've been here. Come on, bro. Shit's crazy. Shit really crazy, man. Like, it's sick. They said they don't, like, hey, really sit, like, think about that. Like, y'all don't even know. People say the earth flat. People say the earth is a hologram. People say the earth is a sphere. But we haven't even, come on now. You figured out if it's a hologram, a dome. Either way, it's in your, but for the Christians out there, for the ones who don't think you live in a dome, whatever, it's in your Bible. It's in your book. Look it up. Type in firmament. What is a firmament? It literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, it all just, this shit's crazy. They made white Jesus. They made Jesus. Why can't Jesus be black? Why can't he be Latino? Why does he have to be what somebody says? Why can't you just make God what he is? We have to make him a certain race. You wasn't even there in them times to even know what he looked like. Somebody told you that. The Last Supper, they had that little picture of Jesus. It's not even his real name. Somebody told you his name was Jesus. It's not even his real name. Look up who God and Jesus' real name is. Those are titles. Come on, fam. Even the Last Supper, though, they said Jesus, quotation, Yah, his real name is Yahshua. Yahshua was at the Last Supper. And they sat there and somebody painted that. There wasn't even tables back then. Well, are you serious? There was not tables back then. There were no tables back then. Come on now. There were no tables back then. They don't even tell you that Jesus had a divine consciousness. That's why he was enlightening so many people. They don't tell you this stuff. It's like, oh, I don't believe you did this. Well, yeah, buddy, you're saying you weren't alive back then to see stuff like that. Because the frequency was that high from God. That was literally God and his sons. Like, bro, people, man, that shit, I be wanting to slap some of y'all sometimes, bro. Then you got Christians just forcing down, like shoving religion down people's throats. If you don't do this, you're going to go to hell. If you don't do this, you're going to go to hell. If you don't, how you going to sit there and judge me, telling me where I'm going to go when I die? Didn't God tell you not to judge? Huh? You feel what I'm saying? What do you think about that? People don't see, contradicts yourself. God told you, don't judge. But you sitting here judging me, doing what I'm doing. What's wrong with my fault, y'all? But you judging me, though. As if you're perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not perfect. But that's how it goes. That's what I'm saying. So what is history? All this I'm telling, it's way more. But I'm not going to make this video too long. I don't want you to make it like 20-something minutes. But I just want to let y'all know, like, if somebody's trying to educate you, talk about stuff that really matters. Talk about things that you never heard before. A lot of you don't even know a lot of shit exists. A lot of you don't even know about alternate realities, all that stuff. They don't teach you that. They don't teach you this stuff for a reason. They don't want you to know who you are. That's why you need to do the research within yourself. Lead your soul to the water and make your soul drink. Simple as that. Take care of yourself, man. I love you guys. Prosper in everything that you do. Grow. I'm trying to help you be a billionaire, man. I care about you. I'm trying to help you get closer to God, help you be one. I love you. Drink some water, eat some fruit, man. Take care of yourself. I'm gone.